Good morning everyone, I hope you're all well. You're joining me at the breakfast table. Oh, my hair is at such an awkward length. Oh, this is what happens when you cut it short and then start growing it out. It's just flicking in all the wrong ways. I've made myself some porridge with maple syrup, grated apple and raisins. It's good. It's so nice. We had our bench cushion delivered yesterday and it's so nice just to sit here and look out at the kitchen. I mean, the kitchen's an absolute bomb site, but it's really so nice. It's very comfortable. I'll show you in a minute. Actually, maybe I'll show you now because any minute now, someone from Zipwater is going to arrive to fix our tap. Okay, here is the cushion. So it's extremely long, which is why they had to sew two pieces of fabric together, which you can kind of see here, but you did a very good job of making it not so obvious. And yeah, it's got really nice detail, like this corner here. I went for a saddle stitch in the end instead of piping, which I think looks a little bit more modern. It's nice and thick, nice and comfy, kind of firm, but not too firm. And I absolutely just love the stripes. I think the kind of navy stripe goes really nice with the oxblood and the table, and I'm going to get lots of different kind of cushions along here. This fabric was super affordable as well. I think it's from the cloth shop. So yeah, really, really happy with that. Yeah, I just think it looks really nice. Kind of hard to show you the whole thing, but here we go. Table is a mess. I was like, great, now we've got a bench cushion. Should we get rid of your high chair? We'll just keep Rudy's black high chair and we can sell your high chair and you can sit on the bench. And she was like, no. So still got to keep two high chairs. Today is kind of quite a different day. I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to sharing it with you guys. I'm getting my colours done. Now before you roll your eyes and click off this video, hear me out. Here's a little backstory. I looked into getting my colours done over a year ago when the only person I'd seen do it was Lucy Moon on YouTube. It's quite an old school thing where you've probably seen it all over the internet, where they drape different colours to see what colours suit your natural skin tone. It's something that's been going for a long time. It's quite an old-fashioned thing, but it's kind of come back. I think TikTok made it come back. Originally, when I looked into doing it, I thought this looks interesting, and then I very quickly, I did a bit of research into a few different places, and then I changed my mind and I thought, do you know what? This is taking all the fun out of getting dressed, and I'm so bored of all of these rules that everyone seems to have about what you can and can't wear. And I thought, actually, do you know what? This isn't for me. And this was a year ago when I was kind of starting to feel like I wanted to change my style a bit, but felt a little bit lost in it. And I thought that would be a good way out of a rut. I decided not to do it in the end. And since then, so many people have made these sort of videos online. And I do like watching them. I think it's quite interesting. A lovely girl called Louise, who is actually a follower of mine who watches my videos, which I think is really nice, emailed me. She's from Macclesfield, I think, which is, I don't know, maybe somewhere between Birmingham and Manchester. Sorry, I'm such a Londoner that just thinks everywhere above London is up north. Fully aware of that. She sent me an email saying she's followed my videos for a while. She can see I'm kind of making changes to my style and adding more colour to my wardrobe, and that she would love to help me, and that she does these sort of colour analysis. Her company is called How Not to Hate Your Clothes, which is a very good name. And she sent me this really lovely email offering me a colour analysis. And I replied saying thank you so much, but these are kind of all the reasons why I've been skeptical and haven't done this already by now. And I kind of told her, you know, I didn't want to feel like I couldn't wear my favourite green top because green wasn't in my colour palette and it all felt a little bit too strict and too many rules. I said, but feel free to try and change my mind. And she sent a really good email back. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a go because I think her email was really good and I'm all up for people changing my mind on things. Another reason I was a bit skeptical is I remember my friend Debs for years worked in Topshop in Oxford Circus as a personal shopper, and she said she used to have people come in all the time with their colour palette and they wouldn't even let her bring anything outside of their colour palette, and she used to find that so frustrating that they wouldn't even try. So it was things like that that put me off. But anyway, Louise replied and she said, like, in the past it has been really strict approach when it comes to colour analysis, but things have changed. She's more focused on helping women love their clothes and feel confident to wear colour, not hide themselves away. And her goal is to find a collection of colours that her clients are excited to wear rather than tell them what they can't wear. It's a guidebook rather than a rule book. So I thought, why not? Let's give it a go. We're going to my mum's today. I thought it would be a good place to do it, and it's quite nice and bright, and hoping we can sit at the dining table and she's gonna drape all the colours on me. I do have kind of thoughts going into it on what colours suit me and don't suit me. I feel like this is a good time for me to be doing it because actually I've been experimenting a lot more with colours recently in my wardrobe, which you will see, and I do think I kind of know what colours suit me and what colours don't. I hope I'm not being cocky here. But I feel like I have the confidence that if a colour I love was in my don't wear, I have the confidence now to go, well, do you know what, I love it, so it doesn't matter, I can find a way to make it work. Whereas I think if I had done this a year ago when I was so lost, I would have just left feeling really confused. So I think it is a good time to do it now that I'm adding more colour in my wardrobe. And the reason what I want to gain from this experience is I want to avoid making any kind of impulse shopping decisions, because now I'm experimenting more with colour. It can feel tempting to just like buy something because it's fun and bright, and then months later feel like, oh, this isn't really right and I can't work out why, and it's probably because the colour doesn't really suit me. So whereas I feel like if I have an idea of my colour palette when shopping, I'll be able to make better decisions, match things up better, and hopefully avoid making any kind of mistakes in terms of wasting money. I also really want to work out what my neutrals are, because that helps when kind of fitting colour in within your wardrobe. You know, there's different types of whites, there's different types of greys and blacks and camels, and it would be nice to kind of pinpoint which tones suit me more. What I don't want to gain from this experience is I don't want to feel really put off from some of my favourite colours, but I don't think I will. How it works is there's 4 seasons, if you don't already know. There's a winter, summer, spring, autumn. And it's based on your skin tone and the warmth and cool tones in your skin. I mean, it's pretty obvious stuff in a way. When you go into a changing room, when you try on a top, I've always kind of thought, oh, that makes me look a bit yellowy, that makes me look a bit unwell. It's something we've all been doing forever, but it's just nice to kind of condense it down into a little colour palette. So here are my predictions. I'm slightly nervous about blues because I have so many blues in my wardrobe, but my guess would be that I think pale blue, not too pale, but like a lighter blue suits me. But I don't personally love wearing like a cobalt blue. I do like navy, but I'm not sure it will be in my colour palette. And a denim blue is a good, like a neutral denim blue for me. I think brown is a yes, like a warm brown. But I think kind of a pale camel beige is probably a no for me. In terms of pinks, I think like a Barbie pink, like quite a bright pink suits me, but not like a really pale baby pink. I think red definitely suits me, and it's something I used to be really scared to wear, and probably because it is quite a statement colour, I used to feel like reds made my skin pale and my features darker. But actually, the older I get, I'm realising that's probably quite a good thing. And whenever I do wear red, like a poppy red or a slightly darker red, I get so many compliments on it. People literally are wowed when I wear red. So I definitely think red is my colour. I don't think a kind of corally red is my colour. Orange, yes. I think like a brighter orange, slightly kind of warmer burnt orange, yes. But again, no like kind of corally pale light orange. I think when it comes to greens, I think like a brighter jeweled green would suit me. And do you know what, as much as I love it, and I have quite a lot of things in my wardrobe in a khaki green, I don't think that's going to be my colour. But then again, I wear a lot of khaki green on my bottom half, and I don't think that really counts or matters as much. It's the things you wear near your face that matter. And I don't think I would wear a khaki up top because I think it makes me look a little bit like sallow and green. So I think khaki green would be a no, but I think it's fine for bottoms. Purples, I just don't like purples. I have no interest in purples. I think a bright yellow would suit me, but not so much like a pale yellow or a mustard yellow. So I think my prediction is I'm going to be a spring, which is more kind of brighter colours. I'm intrigued to see if I'm right, and I'm excited to meet Louise and do this and have this new experience. Have any of you guys had your colours done? How do you feel about it? Let's chat in the comments. Okay, I'm just gonna finish my breakfast and then, yeah, I'm meeting her at about 11. Okay, let's go to my mum's. Let's see if red is actually my colour or not. Okay. Enough? Bless you. It's a beautiful day today. Just waiting for Louise to arrive at my parents'. Okay, Louise is here and we've just been catching up and introducing each other and learning more about each other. And my mum's already like, can I have a go? I'm thinking I should have got my sister here. I'm just really excited for this. I've told her my predictions. I was like, don't tell me what you think. She said the drapes don't lie. Hello. Welcome to the vlog.
It's getting all set up. I've got loads of drapes to hang up now. So cool ones, warm ones, and that's what we're going to look at you with.
Okay, so they all get hung on here.
They all get hung up. There's different types, so there'll be like vibrant ones, more muted ones,
okay,
bright ones, all different. So we'll sort of see.
Okay.
We'll go through and work out what's best for you.
Thanks. So have you put them in the 4 seasons? Is this the idea?
So there'll be 2 different stands. One that'll have all of the warm ones and one that'll have all of the cools. So grey ones are the cools and these are some warms.
Oh, okay.
And then they'll be down to the different values, different chromas, different hues.
Complicated. Oh, yeah, like look at the subtle difference between like the pinks and the reds. But I find that with lipstick.
Yes.
Like red lipstick, some I put on, I'm like, ooh, no.
That's an undertone.
Yeah. God, like what sort of person suits that? That is absolutely not going to be me. Someone like blonde with like pinky undertones, maybe.
Potentially, yes. So those are quite cool. So
yeah.
Those might be people of summers.
Do you follow Kate Spears?
Yes.
I feel like she wears a lot of like pastel-y colours.
Yeah. Yeah. And she looks beautiful in them. And she can wear them in like a really girly way and just look very cool, whereas I'd feel too girly.
Yeah, same, okay. Wow, this is so interesting. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna set myself up here because it's nice and light. Very good student, I'm wearing white, so, because what do you normally put like a white thing on? A white thing on, but actually this is ideal because they're not gonna fall off or anything, they'll just, I'll be laying them up on you. And yeah, what we'll be focusing on is when we put in the different colours on, we're gonna put 4 on at a time, so 1 for each season. Yeah. And then we'll remove 1 at a time and we'll be looking in the mirror to see how removing that colour changes your face. Okay. So we're looking for all these like little subtle clues of which colour is most harmonious with your skin tone. Okay. Yeah, should we get started? Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll layer up. I really won't tell you which season they are. Don't focus so much on if you like the colour. Try and focus on what you think that colour's doing to your skin first. So you've got 1 for each season here. So this is to help us look at reds. So I know this is orange, but there's a theory behind that. So let's look at this first one and just see how your skin tone changes from this one. Yeah. To this one. Tricky. It is tricky. It will get easier, and by the end of it, when we're doing some of the other colours, we'll be really quick. That one. I think this one's better. Yes. I agree. Okay. The other one makes me look a little bit like, I don't know the words, but like, yeah, like a bit washed out. It's not bringing you anything. No. So all of the like the lovely colours you have within your face are kind of lost with this one. It throws a lot of yellow. Yeah. But not in a way that helps you feel glowy as much as this one. Yes. It works quite well for contrast as well. Whereas this one's a lot more blue undertone. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's quite. I don't love that. No. It's like a wine colour. It is. It's very clarity, isn't it? Yeah, I prefer that. That's lovely. I don't know. What's the difference between that and the second one? So that is down to undertone. So you get 2 colours that will be very, very similar. Whereas one will have a warm undertone. That's warm. Okay. Yeah. And the other one's got a bluey, cool undertone. So even though they will appear exactly the same, and this is what catches people out when they're shopping. Yes. What I like is brightness. Yeah. I think you really suit brightness, whereas the kind of very warm, more muted one, and then the deep one. Okay, we're moving on to the greens now. So, green. Do you wear a lot of green? Oof, not that kind of green. No. It's like a toothpaste green. It is very minty fresh, okay, I've got a really nice green cardigan that's like a jewel green. Yeah. And I kind of mentioned before that I wear khaki, but more on the bottoms. Yes. And I have worn like a dark green jumpers in the winter. Okay, so obviously there's so many options with all of these shades. These are just the sort of really... I told you, I know, I'm bright. Who would have thought? I'm definitely a bright person. Yeah, but I mean, it just looks great, doesn't it? You've got the contrast for it. So one of the things we look for in colour analysis is how much colour somebody can take without it overwhelming their complexion. Right. And you're quite high contrast, so the difference between your skin, your hair and your eyes, quite strong contrast. If you were to look at yourself in a black and white photo, you'd be able to see it really clearly. And actually it means that you carry those bright shades really well. And that's what I was scared of before, when you don't have confidence. Yes. The contrast is scary. Yes. But when you start to get your confidence back a bit, it becomes a good thing. But I guess what you can think about is bringing in those kind of really bright colours in small ways, like having nail colours, bags or shoes, or just those little bits. So look at some greens. So we've got a green here that's really quite a nice dark green. This is the kind of one I love. Like, so, I love the colour. I mean, it's gorgeous. I don't know. Let's see what we think in comparison to Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
It's like Kermit the Frog green.
But it's brilliant. But it's just a lot of fun. It's quite a joyful colour.
Yeah.
And then let's have a look at...
All those years I wore beige. Yeah, that's not... Well, it's like a smart colour,
It really is quite smart. So that's kind of a colour that's kind of quite nice for evenings and things like that.
I'm finding that hard to... So I don't love the colour, but I find it hard to see whether it suits me or not, irrelevant of whether I like it.
So let's go back to the one we really liked.
Yes.
Now look at your face again now.
Yeah.
Look. And just look at any subtle change there.
I mean, I look brighter, like I literally look more alive with the bright green.
So this one isn't bad, but I think this one's better.
Yes, yeah.
So that one.
Who does suit that, honestly?
Summers look beautiful in this. Those very kind of soft skin tones, maybe blondes, or somebody that is, those kind of almost milky complexions. This one isn't a kind colour to me.
No.
When I was training, my tutor told me this was horrendous, and she was right.
Guys, this is the one I was nervous about, the blues.
Kind of teal shade here. Do you wear much teals? It's sort of something that people either love or they avoid.
No.
No.
I don't have anything teal. There's also colours come in trends, don't they? So next year teal might be a huge trend.
Yeah,
it's good to know whether,
What you'll learn is kind of a few key words that, regardless of trends and kind of how fashions change, will stay with you forever. So when you've had your colour analysis done, the results are forever because your undertone will never change.
Yeah.
So even if your hair changes, a lot of people's contrast will soften as they get older.
Yeah.
Because their hair will lighten or they'll get greys. Colour analysis results will be the same.
That's kind of similar to the colour I got the waistcoat in.
Yes, that kind of soft blue. And then we've got this kind of brighter blue. Is this similar to the co-ord?
Similar. I think I do. The conclusion I came to that is I just don't like it as a co-ord, but maybe the shirt with like a white vest underneath.
Yeah, because that kind of, it's still got the same brightness as some of those other shades that work really nicely.
I think that's too cool for me.
Yeah?
I think so.
Look at that one.
Warmer.
See, that looks great.
Yeah.
And it's really funny because actually this is the cool one.
Oh.
God, this is the one. So it just shows, doesn't it?
Wow.
That is really lovely.
Yeah, that makes me look all tanned. And
it really does. And actually, it'll just feel like it just works on you when you see you and the colour at the same time.
That's nice.
Yeah, so you can see that kind of, it just works really nicely on you. But I think if you were to say invest in something really special and you wanted to go for it with colour, that's probably your better colour. But I think if you love blues, I think you can kind of experiment with all sorts. Because you've got that contrast, you can actually take a lot of colour.
I'm glad that my mainly blue wardrobe is not a complete mistake. Okay, on to the pinks. So what was my prediction? That a bit more of like a Barbie pink, less of a corally pink, less of a pale pink as well, I think.
We've got a few different options here. Do you ever wear anything this kind of shade?
No.
Look then at this pink.
I would go more that.
More, yeah.
Yeah?
I think so.
Okay, good.
And then,
this is a bluey one, right?
So this one is, cool, vibrant, it's a magenta. So for some people, the undertone is important, but maybe not as important as sort of the value of whether it's soft or bright. And I think you can carry brightness even in cool tones and warm tones by the look of it. But let's have a look at some of these. So this is a very soft pink.
No. I've literally disappeared.
Yeah, you just don't see the,
no.
Your eyes don't stand out in the same way, but then when you've got that, instantly it's like, oh, hello. Look just healthier.
God, I understand now. I've had literally for years people have commented on my videos being like, please girl, wear some colour. I can kind of understand that. But when you've just had babies, we were just talking earlier, like when you are lost, you haven't got the headspace for it.
No.
You just want to feel safe.
Yeah.
And put together, and the internet makes you feel that means neutrals.
Yeah, and I think there is something kind of, like we were saying, it's that you feel like you maybe need to disguise yourself a little bit or kind of blend into the background. So often the colours we're choosing are quite indicative about how we're feeling.
Yeah,
so
you don't want to bring attention to a body that you don't feel comfortable in.
Exactly, and that's totally normal, and we all have that. But then there comes a point where maybe you want to be a little bit more magnetic and a little less hidden away.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why we're doing this, because you were saying, you want to start wearing more colour. So you can start to see, even though that this is a sort of the one, you can see there's a brightness that's carrying through the colours that work for you. Yeah. Even in the winter, just a hat with a black or navy coat,
bright hat.
Pop of, going for a pink like that is going to feel brilliant. So
what colour are we on? Oh, purple.
Now I know it's.
I don't own anything purple.
No, and I think you even said Willy Wonka before, so I think that gives us a a hint of what you think of purples. But what we'll use it for is to work out more about your season and what suits you.
Okay.
Bright, softs, things like that. So
that's nice.
I think that's really nice.
I don't like it, but that one suits me.
You can see what it's doing to your skin. Whereas that one's just,
not really.
You can just see a slight, so if you just look there, the brightness compared to the slightly softer one, you can see the difference there. So we know that the brightness is what works best for you. This one, which is kind of a really deep one.
Yeah,
I think
alright.
So, not quite as good as the first one if we compare the two.
Wait, so is this the warm or the cool undertone?
It's cool.
Wow. So even though I've got a warm undertone, it's the cool undertone colours that suit me.
So I think you've got like quite a warm skin tone, and we're just working out your undertone.
Oh, okay. So even though my skin's warm, that doesn't mean my undertone's
so the undertone is the kind of most invisible layer. If you were to make your skin out of paint, whether you would start with a cool or a warm base. And it's different from foundation shades because that's based on your skin tone.
Okay.
So these two shades are almost identical apart from the undertone. So a cool one and a warm one. And looking at that, it's subtle difference, but for me it's the cool really works for you. But I'm really enjoying a depth of colour. For me, it just isn't enough shade. So if you were to wear, you know, like what you've got on today and then put that with it, it just wouldn't have the impact of something much brighter. So I know that you're kind of moving past enjoying the kind of beiges and things like that, but there is a place in everybody's wardrobe for those kind of neutral tones, whether it's like trench coats and things like that. We all need those neutrals for our wardrobe. So we'll have a look at these and see. So nice. They're good and they're quite nice together actually, aren't they? But they're all really different. So let's see what these shades do for you.
Oh, I think I've got a co-ord in this colour.
Have you?
It may be a little bit more richer, chocolatey.
Yeah. And then let's put this on. You'll feel better instantly as soon as you put that in because that's bringing your kind of contrast back nicely. So this is kind of a warm camely shade.
Terrible.
Yeah. And then we've got this very typical autumn rusty shade, which I know on me is a great colour. I mean, this will be a real indication of whether we think you're warm or cool. But let's go through them. So we know we don't like that one.
That needs to go. Annoyingly, I think that suits me, even though it's not really a colour.
No, but it can show us that there's these sort of almost cool, bitter chocolate type.
So is that a cool
ones.
tone?
Yeah. So that one is better than the other one, but it's still not ideal. So it might be a case of when you're wearing something like that,
having like a contrast with it.
Or a pop of something with it. Because it doesn't mean you can't wear things that aren't in your season.
Wait, so is this cool?
This is cool, and I'm just trying to find a kind of sandy colour that you're likely to find coats in. And then just looking at how then you could bring in...
Well, imagine if it had like a red lining.
Oh, yeah.
Like it popped out underneath or something. Yeah, nice. Okay, yellows. My prediction was not pale yellows, maybe not even a mustard, more of a bright. I would have gone for mustard back in the day, but
I think we all wear a lot of mustard from time to time because it's a colour that is in the shops as well.
Yeah, I just remember I had a mustard hat, and now when I look back at photos, it's not as nice as when I have a bright yellow hat, and that suits me a lot more.
I know the one you mean, and it's absolutely brilliant, and that's an example of a very cool, bright colour.
Yes.
So then, this one's
terrible.
This is a tough gig, this one, isn't it? So this is like a sherbet.
I think, I don't know what's coming, but a different bright yellow is better for me. More of a primary colour yellow. Yeah, I think that's better.
It's better, but I think in a cool would be even better again. So I think this is the level of colour you need rather than this is a bit pale. But I think this is too warm. It's almost too egg yolky.
Yeah, okay.
And when you look at your skin, you want it to look much more in harmony.
The whites and the blacks, the navies are interesting because you don't even really think often about those being in different tones, especially a white. So
I've got some nice navy options here. This one is almost like a bright navy. It's called Cadet Blue.
Okay.
Flattering colour on the right person. So again, I think you just suit blues because I think that's really lovely. Then we've got it's like a charcoal grey, but it reads much more navy than anything else. Yeah, it's not quite dark enough. I think we need a real depth of colour. Then we've got a marine navy. So this is a warm. I think we need that really... That's better. But I think you need almost like a really dark navy.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, coupled that
And
with
almost black. I prefer wearing navy to black.
Yeah, and I think that's probably because when you like bright colours,
yeah,
it's a lot less harsh with
yes.
navy than
black
it is
is
with
very
black.
hard. Yes.
So,
that is definitely something I've learned in the last couple of years.
Yeah, so a lot of the kind of colours which we're discovering look really great.
Yeah.
On you, as soon as you put black with them, it kills it.
Really hard to pair
really
colours
hard.
with black.
100%. And people often misunderstand that like black is a colour that goes with everything. It doesn't.
No.
And I think to feel sort of quite put together and sort of colourful, black is just not going to do the trick. So it's finding colours that complement your brights that you can wear, but a navy is a good option. And then denim, and denim can be worn, things like leopard prints as well. Erica Davis says leopard's a neutral and she's not wrong.
So that's a white with grey in it?
That's a white with grey in it, and then we've got a really like lovely pure white. So this kind of shows as if things like ivories and things like that would be best. And then we've got this very kind of bright white, which is like your t-shirt. Now for me, it's you're a bright white.
Great.
So that's quite a soft white. Then this one is an oyster white, and then you've got a warm beigey white. And I think you could overthink it, but I think ultimately a bright white with your kind of bright, it just looks great. Yeah.
Okay, good. That's what I do. I do white vests.
You can sort of see you can carry that contrast, and not everybody can. So should we have a look at black now?
Yes. I like me in black.
Yes, I think you suit black.
I think it makes me look more tanned for some reason.
So we know, say go back to this really vivid pink, we know we loved this on you. And we can see what that's doing to your skin. Now with the black, if this wasn't your colour, it would kill all of that light, but actually it's still there. Yes. Still looks really good.
I don't actually wear it that often, but it's just nice knowing
that
for like a smart evening look.
Oh, 100%. And then just with colour in your lips.
Yeah, sometimes, it's funny because sometimes colour makes me look really like wow. And then sometimes if it's like all black, it kind of has the same effect. Weirdly.
And not everybody can do that. So I'm not somebody that can enjoy black.
How funny.
Whereas you really can. So this, coupled with all of these brights, would tell me you're probably more of a winter than a spring. So it's those brights.
I didn't even consider winter.
Those high contrast, but I think you've got a cool undertone. Because if you look at that, and then you've got the whites, these are all of the hallmarks of somebody who has a warm skin tone.
With cool undertone.
And a cool undertone.
This is wild.
Wild. But, I mean, these colours look absolutely amazing. So I think we can pull from the kind of bright winter, bright spring. So when you look at the colour analysis wheel, those two will be next to each other.
So I wasn't too far off when I guessed spring.
Not at all. I think when you went for spring, you instinctively knew that bright pops of colour work for you, and you're not wrong. They look absolutely amazing.
The only difference is I think I assumed my undertone was warm because I tan easily and because I've got darker features, but actually my undertone's cool.
Cool. I think you are cool.
What other celebrities are warm skin, cool undertone?
Penelope Cruz, so that kind of, lovely dark hair, olivey skin almost, and then a kind of cool undertone. Kim Kardashian, most of the Kardashian family.
Oh yes, you said all the Kardashians suit black.
They suit black, and they look amazing in that. You're like a Kardashian.
What about, what's that actress? She's just been in that film where she dates that really young guy.
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, she a winter.
I think she would be a winter. So looks beautiful in those really vivid, bright blues. Yeah. Got the dark hair, and she doesn't shy away from having the contrast in her skin and being pale. And sometimes people think they have to have a tan to wear a bright colour.
Yeah, the pale thing's really interesting. Like whenever I used to go and get my makeup done, people would always colour match me with foundation that was like 4 shades too dark for me because they look at me and they see my dark hair and eyebrows and they think I've got really dark skin. No. But I don't.
No. And I think, so I think you almost want to embrace the fact that you've got high contrast. Yeah. And if you were to be if you were to really, really tan yourself, you would lose some of that contrast, and and that would be a shame. So our sort of skin tones might look quite similar, but I'm a warm and you're a cool. Gosh. So so this on me. So if you look how amazing that makes you look, and then me as an autumn, this would not be a shade. for me at all. So it just shows that you can never tell until you've got the drapes on. Gosh. So let's put some of your best ones on you now.
Okay, here we go.
Katy Perry, I would say she's a winter.
Okay.
Zoe Deschanel.
Oh, I like her.
Yeah, she's very cool.
So these are all my best colours.
I think what we've discovered is that the bright, cool shades work really well, but I don't think we should be scared to pull some of the spring bright shades as well. So they might have a warm undertone, but let's test if they work on you, because I think your brightness is more important than your undertone in some respects. A cool, vibrant shade, and this, in theory, should be one of your best.
Okay, like, I don't think I would buy clothing in this, but
no,
if it had it on a like white t-shirt, if there was a bit, you know,
like a motif in this,
it's
absolutely knockout. And if you were to go to something like an event in that colour, it would be like, oh my god, it's beautiful. It's the very like top of vibrant colours. It's you know, we're not far off going to like neon. Chinese blue, and it's a cool, vibrant. I think it might feel a little bit more like something wearable for you.
This is like that top. I just asked about grey, not my child, the colour. So she's going to quickly show me some greys.
Yes, so winters can look really chic in grey.
Great.
And let me have a look here. So
that's a warmer grey, right? And that's a cooler grey.
So I've picked both cool there for you. I will have a look at a warm grey, but I don't know if I've got one that's going to have enough colour in it. It's going to feel a little bit taupey on you. That deeper grey, it looks really great. And actually it's quite a nice pairing with some of your brights. So like winter coat and then that and a hat. You like a woolly hat. So, you know, just that way of just an unexpected. So this is a slightly lighter grey. It's not bad, but it's not as good as the depths. So this is a charcoal, and yeah, I think you could even go darker again. So guys, we're just about to film a little Instagram video. So these are my colours, but we're just putting together a collection of like, that one didn't work, that one did, so we can compare. Oh my god, my battery is dying, of course it is. Very happy with all of my colours. Thank you so much. Oh, you are so welcome. It's so interesting. Brilliant, and it's been really fun because, you know, kind of working through it. And then we've got to talk about personality as well and how that's going to impact your palette. The idea is that there are 4 temperaments. This goes back like thousands of years in Greek philosophy, and everybody has a predominant temperament. They also happen to align very closely to what season you're likely to be, and yours matched. So before I even got here today, I was thinking she might be a winter, you know, because you had a really strong preference for what they call a melancholic personality type, very analytical, thinks things through a lot, planner. Yeah. And so it really works well with those kind of colours. There's like a boldness and a kind of decisiveness about a winter colour palette. Honestly, I loved it. Thank you so much. So welcome. And we'll get to create your bespoke palette now. Look who's getting in on the action. My mum's a warm. I'm a cool and you're a warm. That's a really nice colour on you, mum. Oh, look at this. You would never buy this colour. Nice. Gorgeous. No, the panic in her face after she's got to redo her whole wardrobe. I just saw the panic. That's really lovely. We just did my mum's very quickly. She's a true autumn. Guys, I am home, and excuse the state of my face, but I've been hit by some kind of like hay fever bomb. My eyes are streaming and I just feel full of hay fever all of a sudden. Oh, my eyes are so itchy. But I just dropped Louise back at the train station, and oh, I just had such a lovely morning. Really genuinely lovely person to be around. I definitely want to book her in for my sister for like Christmas or something. I think she would love it. I just think that was so interesting, and I really hope you enjoyed watching it. I know it's going to be slightly kind of longer, and it's only going to be interesting if it's something you are interested in. The clip I just filmed cut off, but what I was saying is my mum is a true autumn, which was really interesting. Those colours really suited her. So this is what I was given at the end of the session. This is a little swatch book for bright winter, which has some swatches in, and this is what you kind of get if you do this kind of service. But something that Louise has started doing, I don't think it's fully rolled out yet, but there she's like working with a printer to get this so that all of her clients will get this. It's a little keychain with a cute little tassel, and it has my name on it. And this is my personal swatches, and the reason this is really good is because yes, I am a bright winter, but as you saw, I can also wear some spring colours as well. So she took some out of that weren't relevant for me and put some in
so this is literally personal to me, and it's got all of my colours in it, which is great. So easy for me to check if I want to kind of remember. And then I think she's also going to follow up with some like digital assets that I can have like on my phone, a little kind of screenshot of colours and a kind of summary of what we did and everything. It was really good. It was good as both a kind of confirmation of things I already assumed, and I mean, the main takeaway is that I learned I have a cool undertone, which I never ever would have said. I would have said I'm warm. And already now I can, you know, I'm thinking when I wear my black blazer with my jeans, it looks great in photos. But when I wear my like beigey blazer, it just doesn't. And now I know why. And it's so nice to know that's what colours kind of suit me more. So, oh my god, itchy eye, wait, dying. It's given me the confidence to add more colour into my wardrobe. I mean, I don't think I'm going to be adding the toothpastey greens quite yet. The grey thing, yes, I'm already excited now for winter. I want to get like a really long grey coat and like a bright pink beanie. I just feel like I get it. Like, her company is called How to Not Hate Your Clothes, and it's just, that is exactly what it is. I think so many people, especially after having kids, just feel so lost. New body, new person, new lifestyle, and you guys have like lived through it with me, and I'm coming out the other side and it's fun. So yeah, I think I've covered everything. Loving this little thing. Let me know if you have any questions. You can leave them below and I'll get back to you. I think Louise said that she was going to set up a discount code, which is very kind, and I'll pop that in the description box. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Gotta go scratch my eyeball. Bye.